Hey guys, welcome back. This is the C and J show, and I have my favorite Jen and Juice here, and my sister NEEK, and we're gonna be talking about Fetty Wap, and
Alexis guy.
yeah, and I guess he developed a relationship with his daughter, just to come to find out that it's not his.
Dun,
Get the
dun,
Yeah,
dun.
grab that mic, NEEK. Come on, take it. Go ahead.
So, yeah, I guess recently it was found out that after the whole back and forth with, she had been feuding with one of his other baby mamas, and and all of this back and forth for a few years. Now, I don't remember exactly how old the baby is. Maybe what is it, about 3, something like that, Jen?
Yeah,
2, 3,
like 2 or 3. Yeah.
2 or 3 years old. But having that, building a whole relationship with this child. Forget about the money aspect of things, but just that relationship. Think about a child that's 2 or 3 years old. If you got a child, or if you got a niece or a nephew that you've known for 2 or 3 years, in the relationship that you have with them, and to find out that it's not your niece, it's not your grandchild, it's not your son, it's not your daughter, how would that affect you? And what happens, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like after that, like, do you stop coming around that child and stop, cut all strings and everything like that when you've been there since birth till 3 years later? Or, do you just continue on because of, you already have this relationship?
Yeah, see, jeez. Jen, I'm gonna let you take that one because it's an emotional type of a thing, because I'm thinking about how kids are, and when they're that age, they're so attached to you because they don't know anything else. And then being a parent, that's like, okay, do you have to break away, or could you just like still be there? Maybe now okay, you can't put me on child support, or I don't maybe have to support, but then how do you even detach? Do you supposed to?
I think it just all depends on the relationship that you have. Probably, ultimately, it's probably going to depend on the relationship you have with the mom. Because if you don't have to deal with her 9 times out of 10, you probably won't. It doesn't sound good, but I feel like more than likely Fetty Wap will be done with this little girl as he is her mom,
Yeah.
and be done with the whole situation, because number one, she lied about the situation, and God knows if she knew that he wasn't the father from the beginning, and she was just riding this whole wave because he is a celebrity more so than the actual father. But to answer the question, I think it all depends on how long you see yourself being able to sustain a relationship with a child that you know is not yours, because you don't want to start something that you can't finish. If it's something that you feel like you can't do, nip it in the bud. She's still young. Cut it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
But I guess by us being Fetty Wap, first of all, let's just put this out there, guys. We know how this goes. Let's stop everybody acting like they be blind and can't see with different things. We know the women is not as faithful as, they're just not. We're in a new day and age, and honestly, we didn't caught up to speed. We ain't nobody trying to do that no more. But did she think it was it? Like, she knew if she slept with somebody else. Was the other guy just, maybe he was a 9 to 5, or did he have some money or don't have
He looked like a
money?
security guard. I don't know. In my opinion. And
I know
that's
she
nothing.
hates that it was him.
I mean, who knows? I don't know what he did. I'm just saying. He looked, one of the unit, from what he had on, he looked like he might have been like a security guard
I
at
think he
work,
sells
or
cars or something.
yeah, he looked like
does
something like
cars.
that.
Oh
Like
my
on some type
God.
of
And I'm
whatever.
saying, oh my God, to that because of the option she had. Not, oh my God, like, you working is a problem. No, you work, that's great. You as a man, that's what you're supposed to do. You're an adult. I'm saying it like you had an option. I'm sure that you wanted to go to their courtroom to get that child support if something did not work out, to maybe get maybe $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and now you're not going to be able to do that.
But no, said that's the same thing with I feel like with Black China and Rob. She had, you could basically say she had it set. Like, you have this guy that have, all of this money or whatever, and you could have been set with that, but she ended up cheating on him.
Yeah.
I think it's just the attraction probably just wasn't there. Probably the same thing with Fetty Wap. He's this, celebrity or whatever. Yes, he is, but are you physically attracted to him? Probably not. So you go and cheat.
But yeah, I mean, and two, I know with the rappers and these people, they can't really be around like that. Not saying they can't be around, but they're here and there and they're traveling. So
yeah, and a few years ago, I mean, Fetty Wap you couldn't cut the radio on out without hearing hello, just a minute, you know what I mean? So it was just like this was, I'm pretty sure around the time where he was still, pretty hot. And, things like that. And he was just making babies left to right. So he probably didn't know who was telling the truth and who wasn't. You know what I mean? Because he was just like, oh, okay, it's my baby. All right. Because I think it was another baby that he accepted, but he knew it wasn't his as well.
Oh, my God. Now, you cannot keep on...
But I think it was just...
strikes like that now.
No, but I think... Jen, maybe you don't remember, but... Because I think it was about... at one point, he had like 6 kids. But I guess one of them... wasn't, his biological.
And how old he is again? I know it don't matter when you got money, but jeez.
Probably 30 something, right?
Yeah, it might be in his 30s by now, or not very close to it. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think for even like just for an average Joe, like what would you guys do? If you find out that that's not your child and you've been taking care of it financially and emotionally 2 or 3 years. Because I keep saying about the money part of it. Once the money gone, it's gone. It's not even about the money at a certain point. It's about, that emotional, relationship that you have with, a man with his daughter or a man with his son. Like it's kind of messed up if she did know, not even kind of, it's completely messed up if she did know in the back of her mind and she just wanted to milk this dude for his money. Because how all of a sudden, all of these years later, it comes out that
what made him or her? Well, what made him go do the test?
I think he had doubts from the beginning, but she was more reluctant with doing the DNA test.
Oh, so she knew.
Yeah, because his other baby mom, Masika, was saying that from the beginning. That's not his baby. Blah blah blah. With the whole DNA.
Yeah, that's because Masika wanted to have all the kids and the money.
Yeah.
He had a lot of kids from Masika?
No, just one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but when
Masika
he
want to be Miss One and Only.
Yeah. and he wasn't really being like a great dad when it was her time.
Whose time?
Masika. He wasn't really being a great dad.
See, okay. I didn't follow everything with that, like from back then.
But he tried to in the end. They did show him on the show, but he wasn't really.
What show? Oh, he was on Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah, I mean, he was on there just to like 2 or 3 times, just like an appearance. Like she was going there or maybe saying something. Then they did meet up, and he did say, yeah, I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna be here. Mm-hmm. And it really looked like, no, you're not. I think she knew it, and it. Jeez.
So what is it? He's either more of a financial father, seems like, from that, or more like, or she wanted him to be that more emotional?
No, she wanted them to be in a relationship.
Well,
yeah, she wanted them to be inside of a relationship, and he, was doing everything. So how they all get on their show with Love and Hip Hop, and it's all the same way. Sometimes that make me upset though. Because it comes on and it's like this. Okay, guys, so here it is. The Fetty Wap, he, want to come to the show. So, but we've been chilling. Don't nobody really know that. And we did something the other day. So now I've been trying to call him and he's not picking up the phone. And then it's like the same scene. I don't know if they tell them to do that, but... Jeez, come on.
Watching it because it's very scripted at this point.
Yeah, I know exactly what's going to happen.
People that still watching it,
But they know the scripts too.
That's like watching WWE and thinking it's real. Know it's.
But when I just said, but back then when I used to tell you it was fake, you used to get so mad at me for telling you that was fake. When you was watching Jocelyn and Stevie J.
No. That first Jocelyn, I believe the first two was real. Now the aftermath, that they started.
I ain't talking about the first season. I'm talking about like around like the third one.
The whole Stevie J and Jocelyn saga is real.
Man,
that whole situation with Mimi. Stevie J, Jocelyn.
Yeah, that's real.
All of them, even with the sex tape with the guy.
That's real. All of that is real. But that was the first 2, and I bet maybe even 3 seasons with scrapping them. Those was the best ones, and after that went left. It was all now everybody trying to come on and coming up here looking crazy, different color hair. Everybody just sitting up there. Okay, so yes, and then how come all the women want to rap? Every last one of them is a rapper.
I think what they do for them, I think that's one of the things they do is like, okay, we're gonna pay you X amount of dollars. You're not nobody don't really know who you are, but I'm also give you an opportunity to plug whatever it is you got going on because everybody, oh well, I'm having the event tonight.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, there's like 5 people there. Who's really gonna have an event for something that's just getting started? Who's gonna pay for that?
Yeah.
So
true.
obviously, the show is paying for it so it can have something going on the show and to give you the opportunity. For that plug that you need to do. But,
yeah.
I couldn't get into it. But, yeah, but back to with the whole Fetty Wap and just the guys in general. I personally wouldn't, if it was my niece, my nephew, my brother, I would tell him to probably, as hard as it is, cut ties and let her get to know her real father because he is alive and well. And, let her know his family, who her real aunts and uncles and whoever it is, and let her get to know them. Because that's what's going to have to happen anyway. Because she's going to want to know who her father is. She's going to want to know, where she comes from and things like that. So I think it's best before it gets too far out to where that, the father, once he starts to know his child, he might not want his child around you. You're going to be saying, this is a man. Like, okay, this not your daughter. I don't want you picking my daughter up. Like, what's she going with you for? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you thought you was the father. You're not. But I don't want you going to see, pick my daughter up no longer. That's done with and things like that. So you have to be prepared for that. Yeah. So I think it's best to go ahead and cut ties early, like Jen was saying, when they're 2 or 3 years old, where, it's not going to hurt her too bad. And then, you, I'm sure, will be hurt, but then it won't be as bad as cutting ties at 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And then, too, what you got to do, if you know what you're doing, and even when you don't know, go ahead. Before the child is, well, I guess after the baby is born, right then and there, get the DNA test. It don't take long like that. So just do it so that in that way, no emotions have to get involved. But I would to say being a parent, it does not have anything to do with, okay, you gave birth to the child. It's how you love them and do for them and show them. But you too, you can only be the judge by basically taking it day by day to see how you even going to feel with it, because nobody cannot say they're going to still be involved or not be involved, because you're not in the situation. You just have to play that day by day.
Yeah, but see, a lot of time it won't be your choice anymore. It goes from you being okay, I'm in control of this situation today, until tomorrow you find that okay, I don't have actually no control of this situation because it's not my child. So I don't have any actual say once it's found out that it's not my child. You get what I'm saying? It's not really up to you. You get what I'm saying? It's up to what the mom say, what the actual father would say.
Oh, yeah. But then, too, that means even if the dad is probably is going to step up and take care of it, maybe it won't be a problem because y'all not in a relationship. So it may just still be like, okay, that's just how it would have to be. But it ain't nothing that we got to just sit up here with this one. Guys, just, for our final thoughts and all this other kind of stuff, only thing we can say with this one is, before you get attached to anything, just kind of make sure you take the test or know if you know that, you kind of doing whatever you do. And yeah, then you got to see, because I think, to be honest with you, for both parties, that do kind of sort of seem away, because you should be able to kind of like
I got a question before
say
you
that.
Do y'all think it should be mandated by law that every father gets a DNA test for the child when the child is born?
At this point, yes.
Like, that's something that's done in a hospital?
No.
No?
No.
I feel like it should be.
Absolutely no.
I feel like it should be just a regular thing, just as regular as it is, whatever.
Absolutely
Unless
no.
they opt out and they say no, because some people know that they're not the father and they've just been with the girl since she's been pregnant. But there's some, there's some people.
Well, if they do that, okay, so then I'm going to take that back. What I was going to say, if it's a law that says that, then it won't hurt nobody's feelings.
That's what I'm saying.
Because if you know, so if you are, you in love and whatever, like this, it doesn't come off like, okay, this is an insult to me. This is hurting me. Why would you dare? I've been so faithful.
But no, not with asking. No. I'm saying it should be mandated by law, not where the man have to ask, and especially if there's been a new relationship or whatever. Because I think a lot of dudes do take into consideration, like, dang, I don't want to make her feel bad. Like, if she was on the with me, but there is a thought. You get what I'm saying, in the back of a dude's mind sometimes, especially if it's like...
Well, yeah, if it's that case, then, of course, let it be. And then that way, it stops a whole lot of stuff. Just like child support is a law, so you're right. I guess the DNA, it should be, while they inside of the hospital, they're able to do it right then and there, take the trial. I'm like, okay, hey, yeah, so now you are a Williams. Or, no, you're not a Williams.
Right,
it's not.
You are not.
It's...
They
so
put Maury out of business.
Yeah, and nobody, and you know what, with that Maury thing, I was just thinking, do everybody got to sit up there and run and drop down on their knees?
They run all the way
They'd be so embarrassed. I probably have run too. Oh my God.
I'm not running. I'm going to just sit up there like, listen, you know what?
Have the whole audience looking at you.
It's always the two complete opposites. It's the one person that's so embarrassed and they run all the way back, seem like to the parking lot. And then you got the other one. Oh well, you knew it possibly was a possibility. Oh well.
And then I'm gonna be the one that just sit there. Okay, so okay, and then you doing all this as if so you ain't getting nobody else pregnant either. Is that what you saying? Because I never said that. I never acted like for sure. I said I really don't know. That's why we on the show.
No,
and I don't care what y'all gotta say.
Oh, I'm 1,000% sure he's my baby father.
And Murray, I wasn't with nobody but him. He was the only one.
Yeah.
You don't want to, and my daughter been suffering without a father. Man.
And then after they found out, well, I mean, I guess it could have been the guy across the street that I was involved with.
Right. Murray be like, is anybody else? Well, yeah, it's this one other guy.
Yeah, it's just a one. He really did love me, and I loved him. But that was because he left.
And then he bring him back to the show. It ain't his either. Like,
and then you just did. Some of them be like, you know what? I don't know what's going on. I really don't know. But that's our little final thoughts to that. Guys, just do what you gotta do and start doing it to where you can kind of remember what's going on the last time and stuff like that. So you ain't got to put yourself out there like that and put your kids through that emotion, and you don't have to go through that, because honestly, for most men, you got to still think they are very different from a female with emotions. Their emotions, they're going to get pissed off and just leave the whole scene before they get, and they made it like, okay, see, I told you he was a whore. I told you. And I had told my mama. And that's the first thing guys do. Don't call my mama nor my sister. And I'm telling everybody, you slept with everybody. And you're just like, okay, no, it was just one person. And you slept with 10. But yeah, y'all, keep it sweet, keep it nice, juicy, however y'all want to call it. Jen.
Know who you having your babies by, folks.
Yes.
And guys, get those paternity tests early. It'll save you a lot of headache and a lot of money.
Right, I agree. Get the paternity test at the hospital, and if she is reluctant about it, definitely get it. Don't sign nothing until she gets it.
Don't let her trick you into signing a birth certificate. That's rule number 1.
Yeah. And then too, another thing, stop wasting the companies. These people bringing up making these condoms and ain't nobody wearing them. Okay, we out.